Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself, and create the life that you truly want to live. This is today's tarot. It's for all signs and it's for Hump Day, Wednesday the 23rd of April, 2025. It's my birthday tomorrow. I'm going to turn 54. What have we got in the energies today? Bringer of a change. Good. Are you a bringer of change? Are you here to create change in the world? Do you walk that path least traveled? Do you stand out and not go along with the rest? Are you a leader rather than a follower? Have you always been the black sheep? I have. Vulnerability. Could be feeling like you stand out because you bring change, or it could be feeling vulnerable because you're calling something out or doing something differently. Guidance and wild. Be mysterious, wild, and free. Receive your guidance, or you are getting guidance, and that's why you are doing your own thing and bringing change about here. Lord knows we need it. We need change. Wow. We're making a mess, aren't we? Okay. Well, not us. Other people are, of course. Let's get some cards out, some tarot cards. What's going on today? What do we need to know about, guys? We have the Empress, beautiful energy to start with. This is the divine feminine. When the Empress energy comes out, we nurture ourselves. We know what we deserve. The Empress, she's the queen of the queens. She has released the insecurities of all of the queens. Nine of Wands, but apparently not all of them yet, because the Nine of Wands is about the healing journey and having to persevere on that healing journey. Knight of Cups, Page of Swords. It showed up yesterday as well, this energy, a lot of it. Someone's got their eye on you and they have romantic intent. Yeah. I was going to say all the other way around, but it's not. I was corrected. No, somebody's got romantic intent with you. So, the Empress. She knows what she deserves. She loves herself. She's secure in herself. And with the Empress, we don't just let anything into our life. Awakening and the Six of Emotions. So something from the past, awakening to that, bringing energy back in from the past with much more clarity than you had before about it. This could be something from the past that have kept on coming up for you throughout the years. And we can, it's like we've got different glasses on every year of our lives, right? The lens with which we see the world. And so when things come back up for us from our past, we just have a different perspective based on who we are now. Interesting, isn't it? I find it interesting to look back on past relationships, past situations, with a whole load more clarity because of who I am now. It's like, oh yeah, wow, I was really insecure before and I hadn't realized. I thought I was pretty secure and confident, but I can see I wasn't really. And we can get a whole load of clarity, right, by looking back in the past. We don't need to go through things again, but we do need to revisit them in our mind with who we are now. There's transformation behind that. It's you that's transformed. Have you done that as well? Look back at yourself in the past and go like, wow, I thought I was this. And when I was going through it, I kind of was. And perhaps we're going to look back at who we are now in 10 years' time and go, wow, I thought I was this. And looking back, I'm like, I wasn't there yet. Constant growth. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's constant growth. And that's why we're here, really. Constant growth. Nine of Wands. But we've been through this healing journey and we're almost at the end of it, but we need to persevere. Five of Voices. And the challenge, the internal challenge with that is difficult. So many challenges, right? But what better way to learn and grow than to be faced with all of these challenges? We're still here, after all. Didn't kill us, did it? Did it make us stronger? Yes, it did. It made us stronger. Duality is behind that, but still, there's this internal battle. It's like, can't we just have a nice time instead? Like, what the hell was I thinking coming to this planet? What was I thinking before I incarnated? I thought it was going to be fun. Well, I guess it has been, but wow. Wow. Messed up. Okay. Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. Somebody's got their eye on you romantically. Four of materials, but you're like, I haven't noticed you. I'm not looking at you. That kind of thing. Holding your energy back from them. Make them work for it. Make them work for it. What's behind that is ancient wisdom and retreat. Someone told you to retreat. Ancient wisdom, you know to retreat. Let them, make them work for it. You know if they're serious, right? If they're actually making an effort, we don't need to go into the masculine energy and do that for them. Okay. What about romantic interest? What about masculine and feminine energies? Whether we're working on that within ourselves, and romantic relationships, or internal work, or whatever is going on for you, regards to the masculine and feminine. We have the Four of Wands, which is talking of firm foundations. We have the Five of Pentacles, seemingly not being able to find our way, feeling left out. And the Six of Cups. Oh, the clues are in the past. The clues are in the past. We've already had the Six of Emotions energy come up. And looking back in the past at relationships and getting some clarity on who you are as a result. Four of Wands. What are you doing here, Four of Wands? Solid foundations. We have solid foundations within ourselves first, knowing ourselves, having skills for relationships, having skills of the inner work of dealing with ourselves when stuff comes up, taking responsibility of ourselves emotionally. We need all of that stuff to have healthy relationships, right? So there's the firm foundations within ourselves. And then we have firm foundations within a relationship too, getting to know somebody slowly, to let our own masks fall away and their masks to fall away, so we can really get to know who they really are, instead of projecting on each other and pretending that they're someone that they're not, someone that's in our imagination. Temperance, yeah, we've got to bide our time. Okay, so just take it slowly, especially if something's starting off at the moment. Take it slowly. We need to see who they really are, and see who they really are in many different situations as well. There's divine timing behind that as well. Things will unfold in good time, my dear. Five of Pentacles, but I seem to be left out here. So I don't seem to have the key. Says the Five of Pentacles. Seem to be left out. Could have something to do with that black sheep energy that I was picking up on before. World and the Queen of Emotions. Okay, because I think it's my problem that I haven't learned how to receive. End of a chapter, start of a new chapter. I still don't seem to be able to receive. So you could be really judging yourself about this. In other words, it makes sense to take things slowly now. But you're like, oh, why doesn't it happen? Is that a block in myself? You know, when we question ourselves like that, it's not necessarily healthy. And I recognize when people come to me for readings with those unhealthy questions about themselves. What am I doing wrong? Why can't I have this now? Why am I not open to receiving it? And it's like, wait, but you're on the path to it. Why do you think you're blocking it? You know? There seems to be patterns in the world, amongst people and amongst ourselves too, of blaming the woman. Even things that are clearly the men doing them, and we blame the woman for it. Well, there's that, and that's annoying, right? But maybe that's annoying because we're still doing it to ourselves. We're still asking, what's wrong with me? So there's nothing wrong with you. That was something they did, not something you did, right? I remember my mum behaving dreadfully toward my partner at the time. And once we were alone, I apologized to him. And he said, what are you apologizing for? You didn't do anything. I'm like, yeah, still. I feel like I should have protected you from her. You know, like she's my responsibility because she's my mum. And it's like, you didn't do anything. We were actually both reacting in exactly the same way. It's just appalling. Her behavior was just so shockingly appalling that it was like that, and not, what is the way to deal with it in the moment? Call it out. She's very much like a child, so it's just exhausting. It's just exhausting. Anyway, so happy I'm not around that energy anymore. So what's behind this? So this is like you calling yourself out that you can't receive yet, but is it true? Probably not. Past, present, and future. Again, look back in the past and see how much you changed, Empress. Is it really you? I don't think it is. Six of Cups. And that is such a destructive mind path to go down when terrible things are happening around you. And it's very much other people's behavior, but because we've learned to take responsibility for things too much, we take it too far and we're like, what is it about me? Because people say, but who's the common denominator here? It keeps on happening to you. It's like, no, it's just because there's so many people that do that. I am not the common denominator. I'm the one that they try and do it to, you know? Six of Cups, looking back in the past. I mean, there is an element sometimes of having a victimhood energy and being susceptible to abusers or whatever. We're not standing up for ourselves or just not removing ourselves from the situation. I watched a short video, and it was of this woman on a train, on like an underground train. So you know how the seats down the side and then there's people standing up too, and there's a woman standing up and she was yelling at this guy that was sat down. Now where she was stood up, of course, she's within a foot of the people sat down in front of her, and then, you know, having this very aggressive reactions. And so there's four women sat in front of her, and it was interesting that two of them got up and then they moved somewhere else in the carriage, and two of them stayed there. And when I saw that video, I thought, I used to be one of those people that would stay there in uncomfortable situations like that, so as not to make the person who was clearly with the bad behavior, not make them feel bad or whatever. I don't know, not make them feel judged or what. I would not protect myself. And then I watched these other two women getting up, and it's like, that's what I would do now. I'm getting out of those situations. I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to protect myself. And there's stuff like that going on. I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I once went on a date, and there was my date. His ex-wife called him up while we were on the date, and then he's yelling at her down the phone. You know what I did? I left. I just walked out of the restaurant because I was just embarrassed by his behavior. and I don't want to be around that energy. And so I walked out. And the reason I'm telling you that is Six of Cups is coming up here. And you might look back and see, like, why did I used to keep myself in abusive situations instead of walking away, getting out of there? Like the ladies on the train, just removing yourself from the situation. Two of emotions on love matches here. So who did you think was a match to you, and why did you think they were a match to you in the past? Can you look back now and see clearly that they're not a match to you? They weren't a match to you? What part of you was making you think that they were a match to you in the past? And we need to let that go now. So this isn't about judging our past self, but it's about seeing ourselves clearly and go, wow, yeah, I used to put up with stuff. Or I used to project. I used to believe in a fantasy about people that I met. And so I just get into a relationship with them and then tell them that they were disappointing when they didn't turn out to be the person I'd imagined them to be. Or worse, telling them that they were a liar or that somehow fooled us or whatever when we were actually fooling ourselves. It could be that. But it could be anything, in fact. But there's things to look back on when you thought you had a love match, soulmate, whatever it was, but there was something you weren't seeing clearly, probably about yourself, and not owning something about yourself, projecting it onto them, perhaps. Like all kinds of people in our lives thinking they're a love match when they're nothing like us, really. And then we learn, don't we? Okay, how best to deal with these energies today? Oh, we've got 3 cards. Right, 2 of Wands. We're at a crossroads right now. We can do things differently. The crossroads says Wands, actions to take is different. So doing things differently than we did before, but take it slowly. Don't just go, oh, I need to do it differently, so I'll do the opposite. No, think about it. Especially look back in the past now and make sense of it. Ace of Wands. Remember, the Awakening card came out with the 6 of Emotions there. You're the Empress now and you've transformed. But look back in the past and wake up to something about yourself. There'll be a little bit of it still in there. Something that you were oblivious to previously. It's going to come up today. And you can see it clearly, but there's still a little bit of that there within you. You got Ace of Wands as well. Well, we have exciting new start, but there's definitely something to learn about ourselves today. That's going to lead to that exciting new start. Could be in romance for some of you. Well, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. What's that brought up for you? Have you looked back in your past and thought, like, what was I doing? What did you used to do? I used to do all kinds of things. Let's fess up to each other of the silly things that we used to do when we were younger and more naive. If you'd like a reading, an energy healing, or a breakthrough coaching session with me, then book yourself in. I'll pop a link from my website up there, and there's a link in the description box below too. I also have a free class on there as well, so go visit my website, see what I have to offer, and when the window pops up, put your email address and your name in there, and you'll get on my free course. If you've got Gmail, you need to check in your important folder, because that's where your emails are hidden away. It deems them as important and doesn't show you them because they're in the important folder. Gmail, check it out. Well, have the best day ever, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.